there's a new guy in the Red Sox system that's starting to turn heads nationally. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin. Over the past couple of years, there have been a couple of guys in this Red Sox system that have gotten a bunch of national attention because of how well they performed in the Red Sox farm system. I'm talking guys like Triston Casas, Marcelo, Miguel Blaze, and now there's a new addition to that list that scouts everywhere, including in the Red Sox system, are getting very, very excited about. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to break down why. We're going to talk about what this player has done in his first full year in the minor league system. We're going to talk about why scouts are so high on him, how this national coverage could start affecting his timeline, and we're going to be talking about how this player could impact the Boston Red Sox in the future. But before we get into that, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. The player we are breaking down today is none other than Red Sox prospect Roman Anthony. Now, for those of you who may not know where Roman Anthony came from, Anthony was drafted in the second round of the 2022 draft by the Boston Red Sox. Anthony is a right-handed fielding, left-handed hitting outfield prospect that had his first taste of minor league baseball in 2022, where he played a couple of games in rookie ball, where he had a 429 average with a 475 on base percentage and a 486 slug in 10 games. He was then promoted pretty quickly to low A baseball, where he did struggle a bit to finish 2022. He ended 2022 in low A baseball, hitting just 189 with a still impressive 279 on base percentage and a 243 slug. So to begin 2023, where he really started to kick things off, he started in low A baseball, where in 42 games so far this year, Roman Anthony had a 228 average with a really impressive 376 on base percentage and a bit lower of a 316 slug, which led to Roman Anthony in 42 games in low A baseball having a 110 WRC plus, or about 10% above league average production in low A baseball. Now, regardless of the fact that Roman Anthony had a bit of a lower average and a bit of a lower slug, he started to turn heads a little bit. He had always had potential at the plate, but people within the system and people nationally were starting to recognize that Roman Anthony could be something special at the plate, and a lot of that had to do with his on-base percentage. But besides his on-base percentage, Roman Anthony was making hard contact. He always has made hard contact. He's got a really smooth swing and really great bat speed, and it allows him to make really hard contact with baseballs. The problem was they just weren't getting out over the fence, right? He was hitting a lot of balls into the ground. He finished in those 42 games with just 1 home run and 9 doubles, but he was also displaying really great plate discipline. We mentioned his on-base percentage, but in low A baseball in 2023, Roman Anthony had the exact same amount of walks as he did strikeouts, 38 for both. That is a really, really good sign for a young 19-year-old prospect like Roman Anthony, and it was enough for the Red Sox to believe in Anthony and believe in their staff and aggressively move him up to high A baseball fairly quickly on in the 2023 season, regardless of the fact that he had a bit of a lower average and a bit of a lower slug. And boy, did they make the right decision, because so far in 12 games for the high A affiliate of the Red Sox, Roman Anthony is currently slashing .302 with a 444 on base percentage and a 744 slug, which equals a 210 WRC plus, meaning that in those 12 games so far in high A, he's been 110% better than the average hitter in high A baseball, which is really, really impressive. And what's starting to turn heads even more is the fact that that plate discipline is still there. Currently in 12 games, Roman Anthony has 11 walks to 13 strikeouts. He's only struck out 2 more times than he's walked in the small sample size that he's been in high A baseball, and he's putting the ball in the air more, which is leading to a lot more extra base hits. He has 5 home runs in 12 games, and in those 12 games, he actually has more extra base hits than he does singles, which is really, really impressive, right? The scouts realized that, hey, the power potential was there. He just needs to start lifting the ball a little bit more. Well, he started lifting the ball, and now he is hitting a ton. Because of these 12 games and because of the potential Roman Anthony was showing in low A baseball, he officially made his first top 100 prospect list, appearing in the 94th spot of Baseball America's top 100 prospect list. And this certainly won't be the last time we see him in a top 100 prospect list. Roman Anthony's stock is very, very quickly rising, and it has a lot to do with his plate discipline combined with, again, that really smooth swing and really fast bat speed that's allowing him to put the ball all over the field. So how is this going to affect the Boston Red Sox, and how is this going to affect Roman Anthony over the next couple of years? Obviously, when you're talking about how this impacts the Red Sox and how this impacts Roman Anthony, it's positive on all levels, right? For the Red Sox, this adds another high-level prospect to their outfield depth, because right now, who you have for top-level outfield prospects is Ceddanne Rafaela and Miguel Blaze, and to some degree Jarren Duran a little bit, but you don't have a ton of other really high level prospects for your outfield coming up in the pipeline. This adds another one to that regime, and that's a really, really great sign that you're adding more high level depth throughout the entirety of your roster, as opposed to just sort of your middle infield or your corner infield and coming up over the next couple of years. Now, one thing I really love about this Roman Anthony season is that the Red Sox were really, really aggressive with how they promoted him, right? They promoted him regardless of the fact that his base level statistics in low A baseball weren't anything insane, but they saw the potential, they saw the plate discipline, and they said, hey, we're going to make an aggressive move here. We're going to put him up to high A baseball, and we're going to see how the coaching staff there can pull the promise out of Roman Anthony. I absolutely love that move. I hope that this success, again, in a small sample size, allows the Red Sox to start being more aggressive with other prospects as well in their system, right? Allow these players to develop and really kind of push them to develop, and put faith in your coaching staff that they can develop them, right? That's something that we haven't really seen from the Red Sox all that much over the last couple of years. So to see that for a couple of different players this season is really, really great. Now, I'm not talking about trying to force a player up through the minor leagues to get him to the major leagues, right? You still need to take your time. You need to make sure that he's capable of performing at the next highest level before you actually promote him. But in the future, it would be cool to see some of these guys get these aggressive promotions like we've seen with Roman Anthony, like we've seen with Shane Drohan, like we've seen with Marcelo, right? We're starting to see these aggressive moves, and I absolutely love it. Now, obviously, again, this is a really small sample size. You're talking about 12 total games, and Roman Anthony, how this affects his gameplay, it shouldn't affect it too much, right? Obviously, it's great news that Roman Anthony is going to end up on more top 100 prospect lists. It wouldn't shock me at all to see Roman Anthony on the MLB pipeline top 100, on the Fangraphs top 100. There's even a pretty decent possibility that he ends up in the top 50 prospect list over the next couple of months. ESPN already has him as a top 50 prospect in all of baseball, and that's a bit of an aggressive move to me after just a couple of games in high A and a couple of games in low A so far this year. But his stock is rising, and it's rising quickly, and it's awesome to see from a guy who his scouts have a lot of faith in. Again, small sample size, there are going to be bumps in the road. And as for the timeline of Roman Anthony, I don't think this aggressive move changes his timeline all that much. Both Sox Prospects and MLB.com have Roman Anthony coming up in 2026, and that still feels like the appropriate time for me. Now, obviously, this all depends on Roman Anthony's actual gameplay. If he can get through this season in high A, hitting the way he's hitting right now, there's a really strong possibility he makes a fairly quick jump to double A baseball, which would increase his timeline a bit. But right now, I think you're looking at best case scenario for Roman Anthony, seeing him start to knock on the door of the MLB at the end of 2025, and then sort of realistically, you're probably looking at 2026 midway through where Roman Anthony starts to make his major league debut. So this guy is still a ways off. There's still going to be growing pains. There's still going to be stuff that comes up along the way, but his stock is rising faster than ever. And if you're a Boston Red Sox fan, you should get to know the name Roman Anthony right now, because again, scouts are absolutely loving his potential, and he is performing really, really well in our minor league system right now. So again, if you're a Red Sox fan and you don't know Roman Anthony's name, it might be time to get familiar. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of Roman Anthony? What do you think of his super hot start to high A baseball? What did you think of his overall statistics? What did you think about the Red Sox putting their faith in Roman Anthony? And what do you think Roman Anthony's impact at the major league level could look like? Let me know all your thoughts on the Red Sox hottest prospect in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.